If you think you can, you can. If you think you cannot, you are right. Today I have a very special guest with me. It's my friend I know her from 2017. And I would like to introduce you to Joanne.
Hi Lisa, thank you Lisa for having me here for interview. Thank you so much. Yes, just tell you a bit more about myself. My name is Joanne. I'm a trainer. I'm also a transformations coach as well as a copywriter as well. And in the past 4 years, I helped more than hundreds of people to overcome their life challenge and live their life with purpose, passions, and love. I'm so honored to be here. Thank you so much, Lisa, for the invitations. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us today, Joanne. So I have a question for you. You mentioned that at this certain down point in your life, right, at the very lowest, you actually realized this one very interesting thing about what happened is that it was an exact reflection of what you have been thinking of every single day in your life, and these thoughts are not very pretty. So can you tell us more about what happened?
Okay, first of all, I just share with you that the lowest point in my life, what happened. And I was facing a huge challenge in my married life as well as my work as well. I was being diagnosed with depression as well as the post-traumatic stress disorder at work. So, and during that time, I knew that I need to come out, but somehow I couldn't. But that's one belief that I have in myself that helped me to get out of the whole challenge, is whereby at that point of time, I always have a thought that one day when I come out from these situations, when I look back, I will say thank you to myself and thank you for the experience that I have. And true enough, because of that belief, I tried all my best to get out of the situations, and here I am today. I'm not only have a better version of myself, and I use all the techniques that I learned during that lowest points in my life, how I overcome that. I use all that techniques to help other people as well. Yes.
Wow, that was quite a story. So you have been teaching like hundreds and hundreds of students out there. So you have taught them whatever you learn, right? So
yes.
What was this biggest thing that you noticed about your students the moment they learn whatever you've learned?
Okay, the thing that I noticed about the changes of these participants as well as my coachee as well, I noticed that one thing, they discover what kind of non-supporting belief that holding them back for achieving what they want in their life. And for example, I have one coachee. She was in a very bad finance situations, and after I lead her, and then she discovered that in fact she was having a non-supporting belief that she just don't want to touch on the finance management stuff. To her, she has this non-supporting belief that if she touch on the finance, the money will disappear. So, and why she has this non-supporting belief is all based on her past experience. And the moment when she discovered that, and she overcome and heal the incidents, and now she able to look at her finance. Now she knows that how much money that she has, and because of that, she came out from this credit card debt situations. So it's all because of our thoughts, our belief that limited us. So it is very important for every one of us to know about it. Yes.
Wow, what a story. Wow, I mean, how many of you would actually like more money in your life? But I have one question for you, because I also work with a lot of students, right?
Yes.
What about children? Like, if they have all these unsupporting beliefs, right, how does that reflect in their school results?
It's a very good question, Lisa. So when students who has this non-supporting belief, that will definitely will affect this school result. Just for example, like maybe Lisa, you have been coaching so many students. Maybe you can give me an incident that when you find this student who hasn't had a good result, and then what you discover about these students?
Really good question. So actually when I work with students, I also notice that the students who are actually not performing very well, they tend to think a bit more negatively about themselves. They have a poorer outlook in terms of like, they will tend to have this the belief of like they can't do it, that maybe they are not that smart, or maybe there's a lot of cannot. But whereas if I work with students that actually usually come from better schools, right, they tend to have a lot of can or can do in their mindset. So do you agree with that as well?
Okay, so thank you for sharing, Lisa. So what I heard from you is that when the student who has a lot of cannot believe in their mind, I think most likely it will link to their low self-esteem, their self-confidence. And so if I were the coach, then I will go and talk to this student and find out what really happening in this student life, and what causes the low self-esteem and the self-confidence. And then from there we can discover more about where the non-supporting belief that causes the low self-esteem, and then from there we can discover it and then have it healed, and then we'll help it to support the students to have a better result. So back to your questions, how does it affect their result? Like what you say, when the non-supporting belief, okay, for example, like, okay, I'm not good enough, I'm not deserved to achieve the success that my parents has, and this is, for example, these are the example non-supporting belief. And versus to the students who have a supporting belief, they say that, okay, I can do whatever I can achieve whatever result that I wanted. If those students with this kind of belief, you will see their result is completely different versus for those students who has non-supporting belief.
That is very, very true with whatever you shared. So can I ask you a question on the behalf of all the parents out there?
Sure.
I'm sure right now they probably have the idea that, hey, my children are actually doing very well in school. So why should I actually get them to work on limiting beliefs right now? Right, because they're still doing well.
Yeah, okay, so first of all, this is quite subjective to the parents. I mean, I have a questions to ask the parents if you are watching these videos, and when you think that your kids is doing well, so what is the definitions of doing well? Okay, to you if you look at the result, yes, it could be doing well, but did you really look into their inner world? Are they living happily? Are they having a happy life in school? Are they enjoying their life right now? When I say enjoying, it's not about the material things, it's more about the mental and the physically and the emotionally. Are they happy? So this is the one thing that you may need to go and look into doing well, these definitions. Okay, this is very subjective, and it's good for the parents to go and talk to your kids and really find out. And so this is the first thing. And secondly, it's not about working on their non-supporting belief. This is one thing. And another thing is will help to help your kids for the mental side to prepare and to discover what they really want in their life. What kind of life that they wanted. It's like just like T. Harv Eker saying this one thing, I really, really love it. He said that a lot of people couldn't achieve the success that they wanted in their life. First of all, they don't know what they want. They don't know what they really, really want in their life. This is first thing. And secondly, they don't know why they want it. What is the reason behind they wanted this kind of life? So the earlier your kids can discover it for themselves, not for you as a parent, but for themselves as a kids, and as a life that they wanted to live for their future, then I can guarantee you once they discover it, they will stay very focused to achieve it, and they will have the success that they wanted in earlier in their life. And because like what T half acre say, the bigger the why, the easier the how. The bigger the why, the easier the how. So it is very, very good for kids to have a self-discovery at their earlier stage on what kind of life that they wanted.
Okay, wow, I can keep hearing you talk like forever now, because everything you shared is so true, it's so relevant to all of us, whether we are like talking about the children and the adults. Every one of us need to be able to look into what we really, really want in life.
Yes.
So if parents really want their children to now work with you, how can they contact you?
Okay, so they can contact me in my this email address. Yeah, so the email address will put up upstairs. So you can reach out to me. Yes, via email. Yes, another thing I wanted to add on one point, why this mindset is so important for every single one of us, because our mindset will affect our feelings, and our feelings will affect the actions that we take, and at the end the result, it will affect the result. For example, if I have a positive mindset, it will give me a positive emotions, and that will lead for the positive actions, and these positive actions will lead to a positive result. So it is a very, very important to work on our mindset first.
Thank you so much, Joanne. Thank you for joining us today. So if you think that today's video has given you a lot of value, please like and subscribe. Yeah, subscribe. Yeah, subscribe. Alright, so okay. I'll see you next time for more content like this, right? So let's say goodbye to our audience. Bye!
Bye. See you next time. See you. Bye.